The New York Yankees won again on Friday night. Aaron Judge hit another home run. So let's talk some Bronx Bomber baseball. We're going to do it with the host of Locked On Yankees podcast. My guy Brian McKeon joins me now. Brian, how are you doing? Are you doing as good as the Yankees are? Because the vibes seem to be good right now.
Immaculate, right? It's crazy how one week goes to another with the Yankees. They get better and better and then worse and worse. It's going to be an interesting October, that's for sure.
You're skipping September. You're going right to October already. I like that. Just totally skip over September. Let's get right to October. I like that mindset there. Brian, let's start with pitching on Friday night, where Carlos Rodon threw another gem that last night. Can you discuss his current form and what level of pitching that he brings to the Yankee rotation that we've seen of late?
Well, speaking of October, right, he's the ultimate catalyst. I think that you know what you've gotten out of Garrett Cole at this point. He seems to have figured things out. You know he's going to give you elite stuff, right? Your third starter is going to be more of a question, but you need two elite guys to win a World Series in this time. And Carlos Rodon, of late, has been really good. And it's so frustrating with Carlos Rodon, right? Because when he's on, he's got the most elite stuff in baseball, and it's really, really, really hard to stop him. And when he's off, it looks like he's the most hittable guy in baseball. So they need him to stay at this consistent level. They need him to pitch like this going through September into October, because really one of the only chances the Yankees have of winning a World Series is on the back of Carlos Rodon.
Rodon, very important to this pitching staff. We'll see if he can keep this current form, but last night, really good performance by him. Another gem there. Aaron Judge is on another home run tear, adding to his impressive season tally in last night's game with his MLB-leading 49th home run. So let me ask you this, Brian. What's more impressive in your eyes with the Yankees captain? Is it the possibility that he could break his American League home run record of 62 homers set in 22, or the fact that since May 2nd, when his average dipped to 197, he's hitting 380 with 43 homers and 101 RBIs? Which is more impressive in your eyes?
Yeah, to me, it's the latter, right? Because we've seen him break the record before. But what he's doing since the start of May, people tend to forget. His April was awful. He was hitting under 200 at the end of April. And the way he's turned it on, nobody has played this well in the stretch that he has played, in that 100-game stretch, in the history of baseball. I mean, we're talking Barry Bonds, we're talking Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, all of those great names that you've heard your entire life. He's playing better then. And it's not just with the home runs, right? It's every plate appearance is amazing out of him. The walks, right? He doesn't really strike out anymore. The doubles, he's an RBI machine. I mean, he's had one of those years that, you know, you're going to remember, you're going to tell your grandchildren about. It's incredible. I wasn't alive for the time, but I would love to know what all the old Yankee fans, if this compares to Mickey Mantle, if this is better than Mickey Mantle, if people are willing to admit that it's better than Mickey Mantle, because it's been so outrageous, so insane to watch. This is the second season we've seen this, and he's done it in multiple years of his career. He looks like he's on a fast track for Monument Park, but one thing all those Yankees have similar, other than Don Mattingly in there, they've all got a ring.
And that is what you hear from Aaron Judge, right? All this is great. All this is amazing. The vibes around the home runs is great, but he wants to get that ring, which the Yankees are still chasing with their captain. Now, the Yanks, they did secure their third straight win on Friday night. The team has won 6 out of its last 10 games. How crucial is it that they keep this momentum and good vibes, the immaculate vibes, as you said, going in this series against the Rockies? And who are you looking to step up over the final 2 games of this series with Colorado?
Yeah, this is what's huge, right? Because when you play the bad teams in baseball, when you play the teams at the bottom of the league, you have to beat them. You have to collect wins against those teams. They're a game and a half above Baltimore right now as it stands, and you're going to have a 3-game series against Baltimore at the end of September that's going to be unbelievably crucial. They have to keep moving forward. They have to keep – you can't take anything off when it comes to these teams. You have to beat them. You have to take them seriously, and you have to collect these wins, because – these wins mean so much later on in the year. You could lose the division by, look at the Yankees and Orioles. They've been a game or two separated the entire summer. So you really have to win these games. You have to take them seriously. You have to go forward, because you see it all over baseball, right? I mean, the amount of teams that are separated by a game or two, home field advantage is going to mean so much for this team moving forward. It's going to mean so much for this team with a lot of young teams that are going to be in the postseason. It's going to mean a lot to have playoff games in the Bronx. So you have to win these games. You have to take them as importance. Even though the Rockies are not a good team, you can't take them lightly. You got to win these games and move on to next week.
Got to see if the Yankees can take care of business. Won the first game of the series against the Rockies. Can they get the sweep, or can they at least win the series and take 2 out of 3? We will see. You know who's going to be plugged in? Brian McKeon, host of Locked On Yankees podcast. He's already focused on October. Forget September. He's locked in on that. Brian, Always good talking some Yankees baseball. I will see you very soon. Thank you, my friend.
Yes. Thank you, Dexter. Have a great time.